Hi there, students. I ran out of time in my week 5 introduction video, so I decided to go ahead and make a separate video about the discussion board. I hope that it helps you when you start to do this assignment. Okay, so there's a few things. As always, I would recommend highly that you do not skip reading any of the directions. So you'll notice the numbers will help you. Each number gives you a different step that you should complete when you're doing this assignment. It's always my recommendation to follow each step carefully because, yes, there's a lot of words on the page, but if you read each one carefully, it's going to help you to do the assignment completely. It's going to help you not to miss anything, and it's going to help you to do your best. So be sure to read each step. Okay, so first thing you should do is read the following questions. So all you have to do is just read the questions before you do anything. And this prepares you to read because it gives your mind something to think about, information to search for as you're reading. So it kind of helps your comprehension, helps you to know what to focus on. You don't have to write the questions down. You don't have to memorize them or anything. Just read through them before you start. Also, you want to check this link here. Look at the vocabulary list. There may be words on the list that you already know, but there might be some you don't know. And by just going over that, it will help a little bit with your comprehension. Next, you'll read, then you'll get ready to answer in the discussion board. Okay, now very, very important is this part right here, number 6. Okay, you're going to answer a total of 4 questions, 2 from chapter 6 and 2 from chapter 7. So when you're ready to get to that, you're going to come back to these and you're going to choose 2 from here and 2 from here. And it's any 2 that you want. So maybe I'll pick this one and this one from chapter 6 and this one from chapter 7. But the good news is I don't have to write an answer to every single question because that's a lot of work. So save yourself the time and just pick 4. Okay, when you answer the questions, okay, clearly indicate which question you're answering in which chapter, okay? Like this, chapter 6, question 1. And then I know, oh, you're answering this one right here, okay? It just helps me and your classmates to know what in the world you're doing. Okay, and then very important to look at. Your response to each question needs to be 2 to 3 full sentences. Don't write phrases. Don't write fragments. Complete sentences, okay? Because this is an academic assignment, so it's it's different than texting our friends, right? When we text, when I text my husband, I can write, you know, something in a couple of words or just a couple of letters, but I can't do that in an academic assignment. So just make sure to write complete sentences. Try to use academic vocabulary. Now, very important, be sure to add page numbers to refer to pages where you found the answer to the questions. Aha. So as you answer this first question up here, you want to add the page number. What happens to 7s in the community? I'm just going to make something up and say it's on page 40, okay? When I answer, I'm going to write my answer in 2 to 3 full sentences, and at the end of that, I will put the page number so that my teacher and my classmates can both find the answer as well. Now, it's true that we may have different editions of the book, The Giver, and so the pages, my page 40 might not match exactly your page 40, but even so, it'll give me a general area to look and I can usually find it. So put the page number of your book where you found the answer. Okay? Now, next part is to make sure to read your classmates' posts, okay, and respond to at least 2 classmates who address the questions that you haven't chosen. So, let's say that you wrote about the green dots, okay? So, you want to look for somebody who wrote about different questions. So if I did this green dot, I want to look for somebody who did this one or this one or this one. Okay? Just because it keeps the discussion board more interesting. Then you're interacting more with more of the story, and you're thinking about more and not just talking about the same point over and over again. Okay? Now, notice that it says each response must be 2 to 3 full sentences. Now, this is the tricky part. You're responding to your classmates. It is not okay to just say, hey, good answer. I think you did a great job. Nope, that's not what you're supposed to do, okay? You need to respond to what they write. Like if my friend said to me, oh, I had a really good time this weekend. I went to a cafe. I'm not going to say to her, hey, great job. I'm glad you went to the cafe. No, I'm going to say, which cafe? Did you like it? I'm going to be specific. It's the same thing in this assignment, okay? You need to explain if you agree or disagree with their answer and why. You can also make comments like if they said, oh, I found out that this is what happens in the naming ceremony. And you said, I was really surprised about that. And you can also ask follow-up questions. So you guys need to put really good effort. This is tricky, but this is where you get to really talk to your classmates, get to know them, and feel like you're not just sitting alone at home reading a book, but you're actually reading a book that other people are reading, and you're sharing ideas about it and asking questions about it. And maybe your classmate would answer your question also. So it gives you guys a chance to interact a little bit more. So it's very, very important that you write 2 to 3 full sentences, not just, hey, good job. Okay, not one sentence. Okay, you can say good job. That's all right to say, but I don't want you to only say that, right? I want you to really interact with what they're saying. Comment specifically and with detail about what they said in their response. Okay? And you'll get a lot more, it'll make the book more interesting as well. I know some of you don't like to read, and this part of the class is hard, but this might make it a little more interesting because you know that your classmates are going to read what you said, and they might have a comment, and you might get to have a conversation, about something it reminds you of. The sky's the limit really with this. It just has to be, based on what you read and reacting to it, and then reacting to one another. Okay, so there's also information here about how to participate in the discussion. So if you're a little unsure about that, you can open this document and see what's going on. All right, so those are just some tips for you to help you get the most out of the discussion board this week. And I hope it goes really well, and I hope you enjoy reading chapter 6 and 7. Thanks so much.